long as you sit in judgment over anybody or anything at any given moment, you actually diminish it. And you know what's interesting, Chad, is what we were just talking about the little ones. I believe that's the thing that begins to diminish the intuitive sense with the children.
I agree.
We begin teaching them how to judge good, bad, right, wrong, bad kid, bad, don't, no. And all of that begins to hamper it. Hey, how does a child learn not to stick their finger in a hot candle?
Sticking your finger in a hot candle.
There you go. And then what you don't do is chew them out. You get them to understand that the flame can be your friend.
This is hot. You know, we got comments from the chat room here from Michelle Hughes. Appreciate you stopping by here in the show today. She was asking, she thought that was quite ridiculous what we were talking about, that are not allowing children to play, and for tag and all that. And I made a comment in the chat room to her that this is by design, and she kind of questioned that, like, what does that mean? Well, by design, I say that because I feel that the people who design, let's say, your public school systems, the education system, even social functions, the people that actually design this, the Masons. Anyway, those people, they know this. They know it. They know that by making you memorize things.
What was that blurb I just heard? Did I hear something in there?
My point is that those people know that by making you memorize and regurgitate things on Friday, that it decreases your ability to intuit and discern.
Yes.
I think it's by design, and that's why kids can't play in school anymore, because you wouldn't want interaction. You want to stifle that. If you want good little robots, you better get them to just be in their own.
What, you said her name was Michelle?
Yes, Michelle.
Michelle, I hope you're still there. I'm in absolute implicit alignment with you. Of course it's ridiculous, because we're stifling the creative energy of the child, primarily from accepting themselves and appreciating themselves, that the fact that they have a body. We are creating inhibitions in our part of the world, and one of the things about the intuitive sense is it doesn't operate in an intuitive realm, whether it's the Masons or whatever. We should do a Hannity and Combs on that kind of stuff.
I wish I could talk to Hannity or Combs. I got plenty to say.
Those two bozos. I mean, anybody that's that opinionated, I don't know, and maybe I am too, and probably so. But what I want to share with Michelle is you're right. It is ridiculous. We're not allowing any more in this country for children to be children. We're not allowing them to experience the higher idea of self. And unfortunately, right now, this is something that must be. Why must it be? That's not all that difficult. Because us humans, let's just say, are passively stubborn or passively resistant. I'm being extremely sarcastic. We learn through the hard way. We don't learn through the simple route. The simple route is easy. Hey, just allow the children to be children. If they want to play tag, let them play tag. My heavens, if somebody would have told me when I was a child that I couldn't play tag anymore, I would have been going, what?
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been doing this since the day I was born with my brothers and my sisters and my neighborhood friends. And now all of a sudden, because I'm in school, this is wrong? She is correct. She is correct. It is ludicrous, but you know what? We are getting so over-controlled. Government used to be about government. Now, Chad, we're not going off on a tangent. I just want to take a moment here.
Okay.
Government was about governing a country. Today, government is micromanaging people. They're telling us all what we can and what we cannot do, even in the playground with our own children, which is none of their business. What I do in my house with my bride is what I do in my house with my bride. I don't need the government setting my thermostat, which, by the way, California is talking about doing, under the guise of saving energy. You know, everybody has to know one thing. This is all through the consent of the governed, that the children can no longer play tag at our playgrounds.
Good point.
Nobody is paying attention. Nobody.
Michelle's making a great point here in the comment and in the chat room. And Michelle, you're more than welcome to give us a call at 646-716-8138. I'd love to hear your input on this, because what you're saying in the chat room makes a lot of sense. It is up to the parents to teach their children. It's not the school system's responsibility. However, that being said, every single day and every year, there's more and more regulations and control where basically the public school system is more in control of parenting a child than, say, parents. Again, we go back to the design. That is by design, because they know you have to put that bond.
I say it again. That is occurring through the consent of the governed.
Consent of the governed, exactly.
We, the public, are giving our government permission for us not to allow our children to do something as simple and joyous as playing tag with their friends.
And the greater consequences, of course, that they probably don't develop along the lines of a natural to humans evolution.
Of course not. But you know what? This show this evening is about intuition. It's not about government. We can use our intuitive sense to intuit what the government is up to. We can use our intuition to intuit what the politicians are up to. I mean, it is unlimited. Why? Because it operates through the infinite idea of a whole mind and operating in wholeness, not in segments and in fragmentation. Ultimately, the people that are in power and control will end up having no power and no control, and there's nothing they can do about it. And I can say that from an intuitive perspective. It's all this awakening of the divine that's going on. I mean, it is occurring, and the powers that be, as they said about Saddam Hussein, he's going to lose his grip one finger at a time, and so are the Bilderbergers and all the powers that be out there. They're all going to lose their grip one. Yeah, I threw it out there for you.
Thank you.
They are. If you don't know who they are, you better find out.
Look it up. Google it.
Yep. But you can use your intuitive sense, and you can locate all of that. And you know what? There's nothing that the powers can do about it.
What do you think they think about that? I mean, maybe that's why you want to make children not be able to play tag, because the last thing,
Chad,
when you want to keep secrets, even.
Going into the Bilderbergers.
I'm not either.
I knew when I threw it out there that you were going to jump.
No, not at all. My point is that I see the reasoning in taking away the intuition of children, because you can't have a bunch of populace, a bunch of people who can see things that are classified. There's a reason everything's hidden, and if you have a whole generation of children that can see this, they can see through the walls, they can feel. Even when you watch Fox News or television, you get that feeling in your stomach that, hey, this isn't right, and we know that. And if you
here's the intriguing thing, that's already going on.
Yes.
I mean, when you watch it, you can see the smoke screens. You are aware of the smoke screens, and it shouldn't disturb you is the fact that there are smoke screens there, because if it does, then you limit your ability to see what's really there. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, the first time that I saw geologic upheaval on a massive scale, I was 8 years old. 8 years old. And I saw massive devastation. I did not understand it. I ran in the house, and that's probably the day that my dad declared I was an evil thing. But the first time I ever saw San Francisco, frankly, I was going to a Rolling Stone concert. We were coming down from the state of Washington, a group of us, to see the Rolling Stones and Kenny Loggins, who we'd never seen. And as we entered the Bay Area, I looked across the bay at San Francisco, and the vision I had at 8 years old, I saw. And I thought, oh my God, this is it.
What did you see?
I saw the destruction of San Francisco.
How? Water?
No, just it disappeared.
Huh.
But what I didn't do as a young tyke is I didn't judge it. I just saw it, and I never did throughout my life. And that's not the only time that I saw it. I still see it occasionally on today. but I don't judge it. I just know that that's what it is. You know, when we talk about all this stuff, it's not about judging the government. It's not about judging this group, that group. I mean, we can go into the Illuminati, the Bilderbergers. Come on. We can go into scads of them, and they've been out there for centuries. And
Since
what have
the
they been
beginning.
able to accomplish? They've been able to accomplish the illusion